Hello, my name is Amish. To start off season 3, I figured I would start doing some VOD review videos of some of my Disc Priest gameplay, just to get a sense of some things I could do better, ways I can improve, things like that. So we're going to kick off the VOD review series, I guess you could call it, with a playback of a +20 Atal'Dazar. It's first week of the season, so we have Incorporeal Sanguine and Fortified. Overall, I think this key went relatively smoothly. There were definitely some areas that I feel like I could have improved upon, but for the most part, especially considering this was like, I don't know, the first, fourth or fifth time that I've ever played this, I think that it went just about as well as it could have. So for talents, this is pretty much the standard talent build that has been floating around, at least on the disc side. I changed some things on the priest side just because I felt like I wasn't getting a whole lot of angelic bulwark value, and I wanted to see what it would be like to throw in some Rhapsody again, even though I know it got nerfed from last season. Of course, since we have Incorporeal, I'm taking Dominate Mind to contribute to that. Yeah, otherwise, for the most part, this is the build that I have been running with. Yeah, so that being said, let's go ahead and clip on over to the key. All right, so Atal'Dazar 20. Gonna get started. This was with a guild group, so things were a little bit more coordinated in voice. I think here we're gonna start going left because we are more coordinated with kicks and things like that. I have my eye on the hunter because of the juggernauts that will sort of target someone and destroy them. My PI targets for this one are the paladin and the hunter, just because their cooldowns line up a little bit better with PI. See, I put a pain suppression on the hunter. It was a little bit late though. Theoretically, I would have, yeah, okay, those juggernauts really destroy. Doesn't help that we're all relatively lower eye level as well. We'll clean up that pack with a lust. I know there's a way, theoretically, that we could cheese the juggernauts, but I don't know. We just went ahead and YOLO'd it. I think the tank got aggro of a bug, and the Blizzard seemed to have not scaled the health appropriately on critters, so it's quite beefy. Anyway, we're gonna start with the dinosaur boss down here. Padding is a little awkward. Yes, Rezan. For this one, the most important thing is just to keep track of the terrifying visage. Just coming up here. In the key, I realized that the way that I set my bigwigs up was such that the countdowns were kind of going crazy, so I'll need to fix that. Here's my other mistake here. I was bopped and I kept running anyway, so it's good stuff. Could have just stayed perfectly still. I think the couple of other times that I did this, I did not run for my life and was completely destroyed, so very important to not get eaten by Rezan. And you can see I'm hanging out here because my bigwigs again was set up so that it just kept doing this countdown thing and really wasn't conducive to being where I needed to be. That's alright. So I have Pursuit again, running. I think I really didn't do a whole lot on this fight, and I was so far out of range I couldn't even give PI, which is really unfortunate. But I just wanted to make sure, I really wanted to make sure I didn't get eaten, because that would have, well, been pretty bad.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah, poor bigwigs just really counting at me here. hard to focus on things. It's so important to make sure to go into bigwigs or DBM or whatever you use and just make sure you like
4,
gut it.
3, 2, 1.
And only highlight the abilities that are really important. Oh, I think we might have gotten an Incorp might have got off on the tank.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Looks like we swapped sides here. Yeah, I would like to talk a little bit more about my
4,
Schism Shadow Covenant windows, but it's a little bit tough on this
1.
fight to do that just because it's been so difficult to plant. Yeah, see, I'm pursuit. Yeah, there you go. And I run away. Try to get as many deaths in as possible. I do not want to mess around with that range. Alright, very good. Yeah, that's one thing I'll be prioritizing is fixing that bigwigs counter because that's just overwhelming. Doesn't really tell me anything. Okay, yeah. These Saurids, I wasn't really expecting this damage. So theoretically what I would do next time is I would come into this pack with a Rapture going, just so that it doesn't chunk people as much, especially on higher keys, I think. That's going to be necessary. Let's see if I do it here. If I do anything here. Okay, I do a Schism Shadow Covenant here. Or not. Maybe that was the latter half. Yeah, so theoretically anything would have been good here. Barrier, Rapture. Anything. But that is okay. We lived. Same for this pack. I think it would have been good to have some kind of defensive. Oh, there we go. I Rapture very good. Yeah, because these sludge puddles that are left behind, they kind of truck if you stick around too long. I think that was my first, I think that was the first time that I used, Holy Nova. Like, many minutes into the key. I think I'm out of practice using it. Yeah, I could use it again. Looks like I'm not. Yeah, another area for improvement, making sure I get the max value out of my Rhapsody stacks. That would have been a good time to use it. I was right up there. I think things get a little bit dicey here. If I remember correctly, I think we accidentally pull. Yep, that was me. I tried to melt it off, but then they just aggroed onto, yeah, that's where, things get a little messy. I think they don't reset. So they come, yeah, they come running after me and it's a... Yeah, that's a die angle. I'm having some issues with the dungeons I've been running with things resetting. I think it's just a matter of practice. Ah, yeah, and the stalker found our hunter who had feigned death, but did not, have his pets feign, so he just took the stalker solo, I think, yeah. Another good time to use Holy Nova. I'm not using it here. Probably because I'm afraid it might accidentally pull something to the right, but I think it's probably safe to use. gonna Mind Soothe to be on the safe side.
Empowered.
Via the hunter, because he can go crazy with damage. I think one thing I've really struggled with this season is just how much movement is required, but how in some ways the changes to disc have made it so that you kind of need to be more stationary for smite spam. Also taking away Solace makes it hard to you know, it's just one less ability that you have on the move, right? So your options are not plentiful when you have to move. Okay, so I'm rapturing here. Quite a bit of damage going out. That was loud. Yeah, I need to work on my bigwigs quite a bit. Yeah, I think this is a case of me just not understanding how much damage really goes out and not being actively prepared for it. That's the thing with this, because you really need to be on top of the damage before it comes out. Otherwise you're just trying to play catch up and it's not good. I think I was waiting for a B-res there, but should I just release? The run back is relatively close. Same with this, Mind Soothe to be on the safe side. Still fighting the guard. Yeah, so I think next time going into this I will be very intentional about rapture and barrier use. I did not put a barrier down, which would have been very helpful. I'm also going to get rid of my sonar sound whenever I have empowered penance. That was something that was a carryover from my season 2 week Aura kit, but I just don't think that it serves a purpose other than additional noise, so I'm gonna lob that. Okay, we're raptured there on the tail end, so not really getting a ton of use out of that, which is not ideal coming into a boss. Give PI to the paladin, which in retrospect maybe wasn't the best idea. Well, maybe it was fine. I don't know. Trying to sort of attack each totem separately. This is one other thing I had issues with, was anticipating the damage patterns of this fight. I think, again, that is something that will come with practice. I don't know where that star was going. Make sure the totems go down evenly. Yeah, that disease, when it comes out, it kind of trucks. It was especially trucking the druid, so trying to get him off the druid first. Yeah, druid was taking a lot of damage, but using defensive, so we appreciate that. I think ranged we were also having a tricky time determining where exactly to stand on this boss. It's important to not lead, of course, but yeah, we were just struggling trying to figure out the best place to stand, which was a little funky. I paints up the hunter. I'm not sure why. Because the druid was taking much more damage. Theoretically would have been better on him. Anyway. Would have been a good time for Holy Nova. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Also would be a good time for Rapture. I don't know if I use it though.
Empowered.
Power the Hunter does really good high damage. Yeah, here I would have raptured as soon. Yeah, I should have raptured as soon as that came off cooldown. So barrier's a little funky just because we're moving for the whole fight. But I think rapture on cooldown would be the way to go. Yeah, that sonar is quite busy, so I'll get rid of that. Okay, here's the Shadow Covenant Schism window. I didn't count, but I think that was 5 torments, maybe 6. I'm not sure. Duh. See another one. I typically like to try and dominate mine these just because they apply the incorporeals apply the slow and I think damage dealt decrease or something like that to enemies. So it's pretty handy when you can swing it. But it does have a 1.4 second cast time, so it is a little funky to fit in. Okay, we got some more swords, so I think, again, I would have come into this... Oh, I buried, okay. That's something. For this type of damage pattern, I typically... Yeah, paints up the hunter. I typically like to... Oh, I buried and raptured. Okay. I think I would have led with a... If I go in... Well, I will go into that again. Going into that again, I'll lead with a rapture. And theoretically, if the rapture is timed right, you wouldn't need the barrier as well. Maybe like a rapture, Shadow Covenant Schism window should cover it. There's more swords. This time I do not have anything. Let's see if I... Okay, so I go into Shadow Covenant, Schism, those 2 torments, 3 torments, smite, 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 4 torments? 5 torments. Okay, I got 5. I think the standard, I think you can get 6. I think that that is possible. I think you might need to cut off maybe a penance cast? I'm not exactly sure. But that is something that I need to work on. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Four, 5. Oh, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, there you go. I got 6 torments there. So it is possible in execute range. Maybe I need more haste. I'm not sure. Battle res the druid since it's a long run back. These guards are really living. Okay, I got five torments there. So, not doing too bad. Especially when it's hectic. I think the times when I get a little off kilter is when my Mind Blast and Mindbender are out of sync, which is going to happen. Yeah. Still sort of figuring out how to handle that. For this, we're going to pull everything, and looks like we still have the Lust debuff, so I'm not sure. I think we just do it. Ooh, yeah. So we have more of the Juggernauts here, so very important to lead with barrier. I would say lead with barrier is probably the way to go. There is a barrier. Yeah, the Juggernauts do not mess around, especially for hunters and me. You'll see that little bar to the top right of my weak aura suite that tracks the remaining time on my Shadow Covenant window. It'll pop up again in a couple seconds here. Okay, a couple Juggernauts as well. Or no, just one Juggernaut. So yeah, I'm gonna go into... Theoretically here would be a good idea to... Oof! Yeah. Saw that coming a mile away. So I pain set myself. I should have pain sepped the Druid. I think I must have not known which direction they were going. There must be some kind of like a targeted cast weak aura that I could download. I think that that would help quite a bit in knowing who is being targeted by things. But yeah, these Juggernauts are my... Oof! Yeah. Spicy. So again with the Holy Nova, it looks like I've just had a 20 stacks of Rhapsody for quite some time. So maybe I move that to a more prominent place in my weak aura suite or something along those lines just to make sure I push it.
Empowered.
Yeah, the Hunter. I've been using Radiance to keep atonements on the group. I think because I'm not sure of damage patterns yet.
4, 3.
Oh yeah, there's the dot on the Paladin. Okay, in the moment I did not see the dot. And the Paladin dies, I believe. Yes, the Paladin dies. That was my bad. I think one issue with my party frames, while it's really nice that there's a countdown for my atonements, it makes it so that the party frames do not change color when there is something dispellable, unless there is no atonement on them. And so I need to be, and this is a recent change that I made, so this is just something that I need to be paying attention to. Hunter's taking a lot of damage. Poor Hunters, man.
My claws will find your heart.
But yeah, I've been using Radiance to apply atonement and just keep atonements on the group just because I'm not sure
5,
who's
4,
going to hit
3,
or what's going to hit who
1.
and when. And so it's kind of like just having it on the group at all times kind of as a stopgap for, you know, just in case someone gets hit by something and needs to be healed up real quick. Probably not the most optimized way to play, and I'm definitely going to change that once I know what's going on a little bit more, but that's what I've been doing in the meantime.
Impressive. You made it farther than I thought, but I will still be drinking your blood.
I'm glad Flash Shield does some stuff again. Felt like it hit like a noodle last season. Avoiding spiders. Oh yeah, this was all three of us were like, uh-oh.
Dazar will awaken soon, but
Empowered.
you will not live to see.
Empowered.
5,
PA the Hunter for
3,
single target.
2, 1.
Let
Start
your
with...
soul be shattered.
Huh. Okay, I held on to my penance there. I'm not sure what was going on. That kind of screwed up my window quite a bit. Smite spam, penance, smite. Couple more seconds to my next window.
5,
Perfect timing
3,
for
2,
the next
1.
damage burst.
Let your soul be
Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Not bad barrier. And Schism Shadow Covenant. I penanced into myself. I think I should have penanced into the boss there. I still haven't hit Mind Blast. There we go. Yeah, so that was a little scuffed.
Five, 4,
So here I would, yep,
2, 1.
Rapture.
Tear your soul apart.
Does a big burst. I know that now. Okay, and let's get some Shadow Covenant. If I can stand still long enough to cast it. Maybe. I think I'm trying to avoid the spiders here. Yeah, I think I asked the hunter to clear them.
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, I don't have any
1.
defensives here, so I think at this point I might pain sup the hunter, is my guess. Nope, I didn't do anything. Very good. Hunter is left to fend for himself. Woo. Yeah, I noticed that I've been more reactively pain supping team members. That's something that I need to work on as well. And there you go. That's the key. So again, I think all in all, went about as well as it could. We had 13 deaths, which is pretty high in my opinion, but even still we had, you know, about 3 minutes 45 on the clock, so definitely a very forgiving timer, which is great. Yeah, plenty of shifts that I would make in terms of that. Oh yeah, the Crystalline Reflection, I feel like could have gotten more. Inescapable Torment was fine. I think Purge the Wicked could have been higher. And yeah, Atonement, #1 healing, very good. Yeah, all in all, went about as well as it could have, I think. So thanks for watching, and yeah, stay tuned for more.